Welcome to Carl's Aquarium. Evil puppy Bailey and all. So we're back. Wow, that got clean so fast. Yeah, that's because I did it while I was on a break. Okay, our handy dandy shrimp measuring spoon. We measure off a generous half teaspoon. Okay. Then we grab ourselves a jug. Okay. Now these are the gambusia we brought back from the Florida Keys that are adapted to salt water. And what I do is I mix half salt, half fresh to hatch the brine shrimp. And that's how they get their water change. So I just scoop out of here, do it halfway, then I get my fresh water from down here. You can use completely fresh water if you add some baking soda to raise the pH up to 8. They don't, brine shrimp don't like to hatch in a low pH. Now, the brine shrimp, once they're hatched, they don't live a long time in fresh water. But if you're doing freshwater fish, there's less osmotic shock that way. There's articles on the internet that explain how you do it. Okay, I'm going to have to fill up my jar. I got another 2 500-gram packages of eggs upstairs because I go through a lot of eggs. I do this every day. Okay, it adds up. Okay, so you see that mussel down there? It's mostly chewed on. So we'll give it to these guys now. Let them play with it for a while. If you'll notice, I've made a lot of dollar store hook sellers very happy. Everywhere I can think of to put a hook, I put hooks. Well, that way I have places to hang all my stuff. Otherwise it'd be all over the floor and I'd be tripping over it. Okay, we're just leaving that in there because when they first come, this one's not a very accurate one. Like, look at what it says. And then look what this one says. See, this one says 1023. That one says it's over 1030. Now, plastic hydrometers are not always that accurate. But they drop better than the metal, than the refractometers. Some of those tangs are actually raised, not born, raised. And they strain the plankton and then raise the baby tangs. Okay, in here's a mandarin goby. He eats the brine shrimp, and there's also a couple hermit crabs, spider crabs. Here, striped squirrels, a couple of damsels, a couple of valentinis, in here there's comb-toothed blennies, yellow belly saddle pounds, azure damsels, diadema basslet. There's a swalesi basslet in here. There he is. See the swalesi? They're very pretty. And a lot cheaper than a candy basslet. A lot easier to get, that's kind of why. See, that's where I put the little stuff that's out of quarantine. And then for the bigger stuff that's out of quarantine, they go down here. See, we got these boxes hanging all over. Whenever we get fish that won't play nice together. We put them in these boxes that got aluminum clips because aluminum rust is non-toxic. Okay, down here are some Gambusia. They did come off the air-driven filter. These are orange Austral killifish. There's the male. There's a divider, but the water's above the divider. We're just fattening them up. During the summer they'll be outside in plant tanks and they'll have lots of eggs and babies, and put a squirt in there for... There's hermit crabs and stuff in there. In here there's some pajama cardinals. Who's that? They're waiting for the live baby brine. Lazy. Okay, well, we'll scoop out some of that excess. See if they don't eat it with... Oh, there they are. Some Aurora gobies. Big salmons. In here too. This one you ordered before. These ones are bigger than those ones. I'll turn up the current a bit. So that way the food will float around. And you guys wonder how I forget where what is. Well, because I don't have any labels on anything. Oh, there's Suntail Aurora. He's out of quarantine because he's bigger. And then in here, there's some blennies and some other little stuff. Where'd my eyedropper go? Huh, there it is. Put in a little bit, nothing in there. I think there's a couple of gobies in here. And a bunch of hermit crabs from Florida. Okay. We'll separate off the baby brine. This is from Brine Shrimp Direct, a handy dandy brine shrimp strainer. Works very well. In my brine shrimp bag, well, I use that. This is a little easier. Normally I hold this in one hand and do it, but it doesn't make for very good cinematography. Brine shrimp. Set them in there. Put a little water in it. See, that way they're in fresh water. That way any hydroids and stuff like that, they don't like fresh water. Because I feed this to the jellyfish too. It looks like a sea of blue. It is. It's a sea of blue upside down jellyfish. And those things on the back are things that grow. I scraped the sides off. This was scraped off a week ago. I don't know what those hairy things are, but I scrape them down. See, there's my jellyfish. You can see the remnants of the food from last night. These are all tank born and bred. I've been doing it for about, yes, about a year now. Since I got these mangrove trees, I'm pretty sure the polyps came in on them. So if you look in there, there's the invert system. That's tank's just used for growing keto because I can't really access it well. And then this tank, it has snails, long spine urchins, strawberry conchs, feather dusters, shrimp, a lot lot of different kinds of snails. Brittle stars, serpent stars, inverts. And there's one of those acro crabs. It's a coral guard crab. There's a Randall's pistol shrimp. It's down there. These are just siphoned from the top tanks. Keep them separated, keep them easy to catch. Okay, so in here we got harlequin shrimp. We feed him Asterina starfish that we breed down in this tank. Let's see if we can find some. See these red crabs? You can't see them. See there. They like to climb to the edge, but they don't leave the water. Okay, so we take the Asterina starfish and we put them in with the harlequin shrimp, and then he'll eat them, and